In October 2001, the US government passed the Patriot Act, a bill granting unprecedented powers to the federal government. Among these powers were provisions like Section 215, which allowed the government to conduct mass surveillance, and another provision which allowed the FBI to issue national security letters. And we've seen these most prominently used to seize data from internet service providers and from email companies. Many people see these powers as unconstitutional, but to better understand the impact, we spoke with Nick Merrill of the Calix Institute. In 2004, he was the target of an FBI national security letter. It's been over 10 years and he's still fighting back.
In the early to mid-90s, I started one of the first internet service providers in New York City. In my case, they were trying to get data about one of the customers of my company. There was a knock on my door and an FBI agent came to my office in person wearing a full trench coat and everything. The agent had this letter for me that demanded that I hand over data and never speak about having been asked for the data. My support network of the people closest to me were sort of taken away from me. I mean, they were still there, but I couldn't talk to them about it. There was never any allegation of probable cause to believe that a crime had occurred or was going to occur, which is like the normal standard for being able to search for data. I didn't feel that I could, in good conscience, comply. When I did challenge it in court, that was the first time that anyone had ever done so. This type of letter was being used to do an end run around the Constitution.
We do know that there is abuse of power. In an audit that looked at 10% of the investigations between 2002 and 2007, they found more than 1,000 instances where the FBI did abuse their power. And in 20 of these cases, the FBI actually tried to get information that US law does not allow them to obtain.
The public policy question, it's what types of information does the government believe they can get on you, me, and everyone else without a warrant? I've lived in fear for 10 years of saying anything that the government is telling me not to say, even though the courts have repeatedly ruled that it violates the First Amendment in terms of the gag orders, that it violates the Fourth Amendment in terms of illegal searches and seizures, and that it violates the Fifth Amendment, which includes, among other things, the right to due process. Unless you can get to the Supreme Court and have them agree with the lower court, you win a battle, but you haven't won the war yet. They're still issuing these letters at a rate of supposedly around 50,000 a year. The national security letter part of the Patriot Act is law and will remain law forever unless Congress passes something repealing it, or if the Supreme Court strikes it down as unconstitutional. I think it's a massive threat to our democracy.
This issue is particularly important to bring up because the people who are affected by national security letters can't do it themselves. And the first step to solving any problem is knowing about it. So with that, I want to say thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos, follow me on social media, and I'll see you all next time.
I talked to lots of policemen who were